website called All About the Tea.
She told All About the Tea that during the fight,
Hey Teacups, it's your girl Monica. Welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. Joining me tonight are Teacup affiliates, Plez.
Hey.
Plez, what's the lip color of the day?
It is a matte liquid lipstick by Milani, and the color is Plush. It's a nice rosy pink.
Beautiful. I love it.
Thank you.
Bishop in the building. Hey, Bishop.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
Good to hear it. And we also have Schoolboy in the building. Hey, Schoolboy.
Hey.
Salute.
Hey. All right, y'all. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I need you to hit that subscribe button down below. And if you're already subscribed to the channel, I need you to bang that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the piping hot tea that we serve on this channel. Teacups, on the agenda tonight, Nicki Minaj is being accused of trying to silence her husband, Kenneth Penny's sexual assault accuser. Let's dive right into it. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So Kenneth Penny's sexual assault accuser, her name is Jennifer, did an interview yesterday. So, you know, I've seen a lot of you in the chat saying, oh, this is old tea, yada, yada, yada. I get it. I know the headline, you've seen it before, but this interview that she did is a new interview, and she did it yesterday. So we're going to talk about it. She did an interview with a publication called The Daily Beast. In the interview, Jennifer says Nicki Minaj, okay, and her husband, Kenneth Penny's team have made threats on her life in an attempt to force her to recant her decades-old accusation against him, which led him to be convicted of several charges, including rape, and serving prison time, okay? Give me 1 second here. Oh, I'm going to pull something up real fast. Jennifer says she never recanted her story, which she's never done. See, those are the petties right there. I think this was Christmas time. Okay. She's never changed her story. It's always been the same story consistently, despite being harassed for months by associates of Nicki and Kenneth. She claims to have been offered $20,000 on behalf of the Petties, but she declined the offer. The victim says Nicki even called her at one point, and they had a private conversation where, you know, she was asking her to consider changing her story. You know what? Before I dive into this any further, let's go ahead and check on our folks. Let's do the roll call, shall we? Yeah.
Roll call, it's a roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. We want to hear what you got to say. Teacups, turn them up, what you sipping on today. Roll call, it's the roll call.
All right, y'all. What y'all sipping on tonight? I see Jaspire in the chat. Hey, Jaspire, Dwayne, Shalon, Kiwi, Rakita, Talk Lara, Donovan. We have Lori, Empress, Masine King, Trosan, Gwen Even, Jerry, Jazzy, Poised, Nostalgic, V, Jayla, Lonzo, Sky, Andrew, Evie, Jermelia, Kim D, Misbehavin', Maurice, Cynthia, EM, Denise, Alicia. Hi, Monica, Schoolboy, Bishop, and Bless. Hey, girl. Hey, Raymond, Low Key, Naturally, Mar, IBD, Ashid, Symphony Love. Hey, Symphony Love. Sonia Campbell, Virginia George, Maurice, Belltown. All right, y'all. We got a new roll call song.
We do. I like it. It's the
I do.
remix to the roll call, honey. I love it.
You may play it again.
Set me up in there.
Yes.
Play it again.
Roll call, it's a roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. We wanna hear what you gotta say. Teacups, turn them up, what you sipping on the day. Roll call, it's the roll call.
Hey.
I like it.
All right.
Good job, Monica. You know, everybody can't do a remix. You know, that time Power tried to sneak Trey Songs in there instead of Joe. We wasn't having it.
No, we wasn't having it. That was last for one episode.
One episode, child. And that was it. They dragged 50 Cent over the coals over that. I mean, rightfully so, though, you know. Comment in the chat. Let us know if you like the new roll call song. I like it. I do. Jennifer. Okay, now back to the report. Jennifer told the Daily Beast, and like I said, this is a brand new interview that Jennifer did yesterday. She told the Daily Beast she has been in contact with the U.S. Marshals about a new investigation. New, okay? Not old. New investigation opened against Kenneth. Did y'all catch that, T? This is not old, stale tea. There's a new investigation that the U.S. Marshals have launched against Kenneth Petty, and they needed information from Jennifer. The case was reportedly just opened, and little details are known about it, but we'll find out soon enough. A source told the outlet the investigation is high priority case. Poor Nicki. You know, her brother is convicted of rape. Rightfully so, because I followed that case as well. And all the evidence was pretty compelling and damning against him. So he was convicted. Her dad just got ran over by, hit by a car, and he's deceased. And now her new husband is under investigation by the U.S. Marshals. Did y'all catch that, T? It's brand new. Okay. Kenneth Petty is under investigation by the U.S. Marshals. It's a high priority case. Nicki Minaj's husband trial is set to begin in June. Okay, did y'all hear that? So let me just give you the backstory now, which I know most of you know, but some people don't. So I'll give you the backstory. Back in 1995, Kenneth was convicted of first-degree attempted rape when he was 16. He was 16, not 15, 16. The victim was also 16. And that's according to court documents. Prosecutors accused Kenneth of using a sharp object to force the girl, Jennifer, to have sex with him. Kenneth served almost 4 years in state prison for the crime. Last year, Kenneth was also arrested after he failed to register as a sex offender when he moved to California to live with Nicki in 2019. The feds became aware of him failing to register and hit him with criminal charges. That case is still pending. Okay. Now I have in my possession the court documents, the actual court documents from 1995, where he was convicted for rape. Before I even dive into that, panel, do you want to sound off on this new investigation underway? Brand new.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bishop, please chime in.
Oh no, I was just looking at Nosy Hex when she sent you super chat. I remember hearing her do the interview one-on-one with her, and I was like, ooh, and it was crazy just hearing it from her mouth. And it's nothing to play with. And what you can gather from the young lady, she wants to be left alone. The only reason why I got brought up because he moved to a different state and he has to register. And I just hearing that interview, it's like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Schoolboy, sound off. What are your thoughts?
Well, they was trying to say, oh, it was consensual. He was young and blah, 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 blah. I've heard different variations of this story.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't catch that interview that the young lady did with Nosy X, but I mean, from based off of what you're saying, it didn't, you know. And then now you get invested by you. See, when you start messing with these government entities, U.S. Marshals, FBI, CIA, Homeland Security, they don't just play with you because they playing with you. There's something to that, you know. I know they just had a child. The baby just turned 7 months old. I hope she don't get caught up with him. That's all I can say.
Absolutely. Plez, I know that you're, I don't want you to do too much tonight because your voice, we have to preserve it. But what are your thoughts?
It's a lot. I'm interested in seeing what the new charges are. And as Schoolboy just said, they have a very young child. They were starting to build a family. And I do believe that people can be rehabilitated. You are not held to your past mistakes, but if your past is still current, you know, everybody loves to say, don't judge me, that's my past. But if you're still doing it, you know, you have an issue. And so whatever these new charges are, it's going to be interesting to see how they play out and if Nicki stays along for the ride.
Yeah. It's true. She has been ride or die thus far. Manifest Our Destiny. Thank you so much for the super chat. Monica P.I. strikes again with the scorching hot tea. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, indeed. Lori, thank you for the Canadian coin. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Lori is so nice and supportive. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Schoolboy on point, 100%. The Alphabet Boys. Now, is that Kenneth Penny's gang? Is that a subset of the Bloods? Because I know he is a Blood. Nicki takes a lot of pride in that, you know.
He's I mean, once you in that, I mean, you don't necessarily just get out. That's not, you know, and from what I heard when he first was getting out, you know, he still had the clique around him and they still was throwing up them signs. So he's still in it, you know. Yeah.
Absolutely. Misbehaving says, what happened to Plez? She's just losing her voice.
Yeah, too many Zoom meetings, but I'm gonna get on me some herbal tea and honey and peppermint and all that good stuff, and I'll be back to it in no time.
Won't you do it? Okay, please do. We need you, honey. Hot Shot Radio. Shout out to you. Thank you, panel, for raising awareness. Absolutely, soldier. Every time, you know, we're in this thing deep. Frankie Unel, thank you so much for the super chat. Wait until they start exposing these athletes. We have to understand these people are all compromised. Remember, Nicki's brother went to jail for rape too. Yeah, there seems to be some sort of dark cloud over Nicki, unfortunately for her. Someone in the chat said the U.S. Marshal doesn't investigate crimes. I just looked it up, and it says here the U.S. Marshal Service is the federal government's primary agency for fugitive investigations. So apparently they do investigate as well as apprehend fugitives. There used to be this show on A&E that was like one of the best reality shows. What was it called? U.S. Marshals? I was standing every single one of them marshals. I would DM them and stuff. I would DM them all the time. I love that show.
They be wrestling people down and putting the zip ties on them and stuff. I be into stuff like that in them drug shows. I don't know why. Drug shows, you know. But I ain't about that life, y'all. I ain't selling no pharmaceuticals.
You ain't about that life. Okay, you know what? The victim herself spoke out and she went into detail about what happened. I'm gonna play that video so everyone could. What was it called? I love the first 48. Yeah, that's a good show too. That's a good one. Feel better, guys. Get some rest and drink plenty of hot toddies. Yeah, absolutely. Joe Tube, thank you so much for the super chat. This hurts so much because I'm such a Nicki fan. I'm sorry. Selena T, Nicki has a big ego. She will ride it out so as not to be wrong. Sometimes you can't play wrong and strong. Y'all know what that is? Wrong and strong at the same time.
Loud, wrong, and strong too.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Gotta add that part in. So before I play that, I want to pull up this tweet that Nicki had made some time ago in regards to Kenneth and his conviction, because she downplayed it and minimized it and acted like it wasn't a big deal. Give me 1 second. Let me pull that up here. Pull that up so you guys can see it for yourselves. Okay. She was responding. I'm not even going to format it. I'm just going to pull it right up on the screen. Give me 1 second. So here it is. She was responding to a fan that, brought up the rape. And she says he was 15. She was 16 in a relationship, but go off, internet. Y'all can't run my life. Y'all can't even run your own life. Thank you, boo. So that was Nicki's response. Now I'm going to go ahead and play the victim's statement from her own mouth so you can hear it. Let me do that. Give me 1 second. Ronell, thank you so much for the super chat. Just for a laugh real quick, how about Tashaki69 and Little Nas X DMs and Jackie Harry's tweet? Child, we got to get into that. But we always knew he was sugary. He told us. He screamed it to the world in his hair. Right?
Lace fronts.
He had the whole LBGT community in his head. We saw it.
Rainbow braids, cornrows, and everything, honey. He mixes it up. I'm waiting on the pin curl look or the what is it? The bow curl, the curling iron that they use, the ring curls, honey. Just come on out.
I'm waiting for him to have Marie from Bell Collective's
finger waves. Yep.
That's the next thing.
And the freeze from WAP.
From Wanda. Yeah. All right, here we go, y'all. We're going to play this video.
So I decided to make this video because I feel like even though it's something that happened 26 years ago, I'm still living with the effects now. On September 16th, 1994, it was a Friday morning. I left my home on my way to a city bus stop, headed to school. I was going to John Adams High School at the time in Queens, New York. And I was met at the bus stop by Mr. Kenneth Petty. At the time, I knew him as Kenny. We grew up in the same neighborhood. My mother and his mother used to run the streets together. His uncle worked at the local tire shop that was there on Rockaway Boulevard. I didn't know his whole family, but there was a few members of his family that knew me and my brothers because of who my mother was. On this day, I went to the bus stop and Kenny was there at the bus stop. He asked me where I was going. I said I was going to school. I asked him where he was going. He said he was going to school. I said, you're lying, because I never knew Kenny to go to school. Kenny was a bum. He was a street guy. He was a dude that was always standing on a street corner. He was hanging out with street dudes. That's what I knew him for. I knew him as a street drug dealer. Unfortunately, this day ended up really bad because he forced me into his home. He violated me. And granted, this was only 3 blocks away from my house. I chose not to go home because I figured if I went home, nothing would get done. And I knew the kind of friends that Kenny hung out with, and I felt like they would feel that they could do the same. So instead, I ran to school. My clothes was messed up. My hair was messed up. I had a cut on my face and I had a cut on my stomach. And I told the officers there at the school what had just happened. They called for more police. They put me in a police van. They asked me if I could show them the location where it happened. I took them to the location, which happened to be his house. I did not know it was his house at the time. I had never been to his house. Kenny was still there. He got arrested. They took me to the hospital. I had to do a rape kit and everything. They took my clothes. They took everything from me and put it in a paper bag, and they seized it. When I got home, I was told, sorry, you got raped, but you should have screamed. Hence the reason why I didn't go home to begin with. When all of this happened, I was living with the foster family. And because I was living with the foster family, they didn't want any issues and they didn't want any problems. So they listened to whatever Kenny's parents said. Kenny's parents showed up at my house. They spoke to the lady who raised me. They told all kind of lies and said that I was dating their son, which I didn't even know Kenny's dad. I didn't even know who he was, but he claimed he knew who I was. The amount of stuff that I went through at that time, I literally had to get out of the state of New York when I was 16 years old in a hurry because people was threatening my life. They was threatening my little brother's lives. I had issues going on in the house within family members because they felt like, you know, what made me so special to where I get to press charges against somebody who violated me when, you know, in most families, there are secrets and there are things that are covered up and hidden and not talked about. And usually sexual assault is one of those things. I have been molested since the age of 4 in that household by different people. It was always said to be my fault. I must have had my hair out. I must have been smiling in his face. I must have done something to warrant it. So when this happened outside in the street, versus at home with so-called family members, I knew I had to do something. So this was in 94. In 2018, December of 2018, or 19, I don't know, that he surfaced with Nicki, and it was a big thing where people started looking up his rap sheet and speaking about what he had did. Now, granted, I know he's supposed to register as a sex offender. I have nothing to do with that. That was the plea deal that he took. He chose not to register when he moved to California, and this is when all the trouble resurfaced. Nicki made a post on her page stating that we was in a relationship. He was 15, I was 16, and it was because of my mother, the reason why charges was pressed. That is a lie. I never lived with my mother. I wasn't raised with my mother. Even though my mother was a part of my life, she wasn't a part of my life in that way. That is false. We both, Kenny and I, were both 16 at the time. We were never in a relationship. And I spoke about that. I spoke to a blog, Candace at Tea Time, or Tea Time with Candace. I don't know, something. I spoke with her, and it wasn't about Kenny. I didn't need to speak about Kenny. I didn't feel the need to tell my story because my story had already been told. Hence the reason why he was arrested. He went to jail. He did his time, and he dealt with whatever consequences he had to deal with after getting out of jail. So what I spoke about, the reason for me wanting to speak was because of what Nicki said. And I felt like it was a lie. And if she was going to love him and be with him, then she should just accept him and that be it, you know, not speak about something that she had no knowledge of. I don't know Nicki. I didn't know her as a kid. I don't know her from the neighborhood. I do have family members that know her from the neighborhood, but I wasn't a street girl. I wasn't allowed to hang out in the streets. I didn't have very many friends in the neighborhood. I had friends in school, but not in the neighborhood because the lady I lived with was really strict. Well, in March of 2020, I got a call from a mutual friend of Kenneth and my brother. And he said that he could connect me to them and make this go away. And when he said he could connect me to them, meaning Nicki and Kenny, and when he said he could make this go away, I thought the agreement was going to be, if I don't speak to anybody about them, they wouldn't speak to anybody about me. End of story. Well, that's not what happened. What happened was this mutual person offered me $20,000 to write a letter stating that I lied about what I did. I lied about Kenny assaulting me. And I didn't want to do it. I got a phone call from Nicki Minaj herself saying that she got word that I was willing to help them out in this situation because, you know, Kenny had got arrested for not registering in the state of California on state charges, and then he got out, and then federal charges were brought up on him. So she said that she could send her publicist, Joe, out to where I was living at the time. I have since moved multiple times since then, but that she can send Joe out, her publicist Joe, out to meet with me and talk with me about the situation. After that phone call with Nicki, the only contact I had was from street goons. I think she has somebody in her camp called Ganks. He was contacting family members. There was a lot of numbers as far as money being offered, but it was never offered from Nicki, and it was never offered from Kenny personally. It was just people speaking on behalf of Kenny. I have since had the U.S. Marshals come track me down because they got word that I was being harassed to recant my story. I have moved since March. I have moved 4 times due to people approaching my children. My daughter was out one night with some friends at a club, and some random guy approached her talking about he knows who she is, and you know, he knows who her mother is, so she must know who Zoo is. She got really afraid and she ran. I honestly truly do not care what happens between Nicki and whoever she chooses to marry or be with. If they're happy, I want them to be happy. I just want them to leave me alone. I want his lawyers to stop calling me. I want people to stop harassing me. I have since heard that that because I chose not to take the money that they offered, that they are offering that money for my head. I have no true knowledge of how real this is, but being I was offered to be put in witness protection, but that would mean that I would be away from all of my family and my children, and I chose not to do that. My only issue is the fact that after all this time, I still feel like I'm defending myself. I still feel like, you know, people are calling me a liar. People are saying that I messed up this man's life, but it's my life who was messed up. It's my life who has been altered. It's my life. It was altered then when I was 16, having to leave the state of New York. It has been altered now, having to leave where I was living at to relocate. He's supposed to be going to court come the new year, and they're calling for me to testify. His lawyers are saying that they are trying to get his sex offender thrown out. And I instructed the lawyer, like, you're the one who went to school to be a lawyer. So if you're able to do that, knock yourself out. But do not use me. Do not call me. Do not try to subpoena me, because if you do, I'm going to tell the truth. At 16, I was being threatened and harassed to drop the charges. And now I'm being threatened and harassed to recant my story. And I would just like all the women out there who are saying that I'm lying are claiming that I'm white. I am not white. Claiming that we was in a relationship. We were never in a relationship, ever in a relationship. I just knew him from the neighborhood. That's it. And I just really, honestly, truly want this to be over.
All right, y'all. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Let me bring the panel back in. Oh, Plez, what are your thoughts, my love? Sound off. Very compelling. And then we can answer some questions in the chat.
Yeah. I honestly don't even know why Nicki would involve herself in this situation with it being so old. I think people sometimes bring problems upon themselves. She has a right to her story. She has a right to her experience and what happened to her. Nicki was nowhere around when this allegedly happened. Furthermore, he did jail time. So somebody thought she was telling the truth. A judge, a jury, somebody did. It went through the proper criminal process to try to browbeat her, physically beat her, threaten her otherwise into changing her story. It's just silly at this point. If you want to love who you want to love and you believe his version of the story and you want to be with him that bad, then be with him. But don't try to discount another woman's pain. It's just like what was going on with K. Michelle and Rashida and all of those people back in the day on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta with Memphis. Like, just because that wasn't your experience with that man doesn't mean he didn't cause harm, pain, trauma, and abuse to somebody else.
Absolutely.
I really like at this point that she's speaking out because she's consistent. Her story has never changed. And she's bringing awareness to what this stan culture does. Same thing we were talking about last night with the other T.I. and Tiny allegation situation. Where are the women? If they release those women's names and identities right now, it would be tons of this, tons of threats, not just from T.I. and Tiny's camp, but just random people in these streets. We see how the comments get. We see how people on Twitter get. Why would I want to expose my life to something like that? And why should I have to? Right? We as people have to learn to stop doing that. Why do we think somebody is lying just because that's your friend, that's your brother, that's your cousin? And like I said, it's just a microcosm of our society as a whole. This does not just happen to famous people. This is the reason why women and men, people who are abused, molested, victims of incest, this is why they don't come forward. Because even sometimes the people closest to them will shame them or tell them to shut up, try to silence their voice. And that's not right. We have to do better with listening to people and not just dismissing them or wanting to sweep everything under the rug. Our rugs at this point look like mountains because so much crap is piled up under them. And I'm tired of it.
Yeah,
So I'm glad that she's speaking out, speaking truth to power.
absolutely. And not backing down, not being intimidated. Schoolboy, can you do me a favor and read this comment because this is this too much, as they would say.
This too much.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put a charge on someone that's not true. So who is Kenny to Nicki or he raped her? I am lost. Who is this talking? Well, you can get you a couple reading comprehension classes on that last part. And who's talking is the victim. I don't understand you people. You people are way too invested in folks y'all don't even know. Were y'all there at the scene of the crime when it happened? Nicki wasn't there, but she spoke on it. So she put herself in it when she spoke on it. That was in 95. They haven't had any interaction with each other in years. She just happened to go home to New York and saw that he was out and went ahead and married him. Now, if you ask my opinion, yes, I do like Nicki Minaj, but I'm not invested in these artists the way y'all invested. Y'all like they paying y'all bills, okay? But I will say this. Nicki has given me desperate energy since Safari for a man. It went from Meek Mill and now you got this jailbird. The only person that I feel sorry for is the child in this, because if he does go to jail, it's clank clank throw away the key for a long time. And she can ride or die from the couch and get the prison calls, and she can be another one like on Love After Lockup. Except she'll be the rich version, not the poor version, paying for his ramen noodles and his shower shoes. And all of his commodities while he's in jail, and be looking like a plum fool. But y'all need to stop being so invested in these folks, because I look for next to politicians to start going down.
Absolutely. Bishop, what are your thoughts?
This is ridiculous, honestly. I'm reading the comment section. I had to turn on the full screen because I don't want to keep reading it because it sounds so stupid. You individuals are crazy out there. The man has been convicted for this crime. So it's not allegedly anymore. He is convicted for being a rapist. I'm sorry. Miss Minaj knew it. See, I need Onika Mirage to go get some healing. I need her to go to a therapist because I like Onika Mirage. She's a hurt young lady. But the problem I'm having with her, she lets Nicki Minaj speak for her, which makes her sound really stupid. I'm so tired of folks speaking on things that had nothing to do with them. This man did this crime way before he even knew knew of you. But if he did know you, this is way before. And for you to say that she was in a relationship with this man, she wasn't. I'm confused by these folks that want to be ride or dies and be down. It's cool to be a ride or die for the right one, but not be a ride or die for a fool. But I can't, I just can't with people that insert themselves in something that has nothing to do with them. I understand that you want to stand by your man and you don't want him to be dragged because that's someone you want to be with. That's fine. But for you to insert yourself and this young lady saying that she feels like she's being intimidated and bullied by that camp, because now you're inserted because you feel like you want to do something because you want to protect your man. This is why I said I didn't feel bad for Tani last night, because people have choices. You choose to be a predator. That's your choice. Now, am I saying should God not have mercy on your soul? I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is you need to be clink with someone if you want to clink with, link up with them and do some foolish stuff. So it's ridiculous. But God bless that young lady. I hope she find peace in her soul one day, but this is stupid, honestly.
Absolutely. Well said. Queen Mama Bear, thank you so much for the super chat. These super fans need to understand, number one, stop confusing what they do for a living with who they are. Absolutely. Let me repeat that. Stop confusing what they do for a living with who they are. Two different things. Okay. The person you see on a magazine cover or on an Instagram live or on stage is not who that person is behind closed doors. What your idol eats don't make you shat. These stars don't give an F about you. That's true. They don't. They truly don't. Thank you so much for the super chat, Mama Bear. Let me continue on with the report. So Jennifer told, and I'm repeating this for the people that are coming in late and didn't hear this part, because this is the new tea. Jennifer told the Daily Beast she has been in contact with the U.S. Marshals about a new investigation. I'll repeat that. New investigation opened against Kenneth Petty. The case was reportedly just opened and little details are known about it. A source told the outlet the investigation is, and I quote, high priority case. Okay. Jennifer says she moved 3 times in 2020. She says she feared for her safety, and I quote, "I'm hoping for the truth to come out, and whatever comes from that truth, so let it be. After everything that has happened, it's like these people were willing to sacrifice me so this guy can remain in the public eye," end quote. Like I said, back in 1995, Kenneth was convicted of first-degree rape, first-degree attempted rape when he was 16. The victim was also 16, okay? Now, should I go ahead and read the court documents as I've digged them up? Should I? Yeah, okay. So in 1994 is when the crime took place, like I said, and I quote, he was 15 and she was 16. He was 15 and she was 16. This is what Nicki tweeted, right? Nicki had tweeted that Kenneth was 15 and Jennifer was 16 in a relationship, a go off internet. Y'all can't run my life. Y'all can't even run y'all own life. Thank you, boo. That's what Nicki had tweeted. No kind of sympathy or anything for the victim. But here are the actual details. And this is from the court. The female victim told police that on September 16, 1994, in Queens, New York, she was walking down the street when Petty came up behind her and placed a hard circular object against her back and made a clicking sound. The victim believed Petty had a handgun against her body, and he instructed her to keep walking. The two walked to an address down the street, and she claims Petty forced her upstairs into his bedroom by pushing her from behind with what she believed to be a handgun. Once inside Petty's room, the victim claimed he laid his weight on top, pinched her sides, and squeezed her neck, causing her to sustain bruises and pain. She then claimed Petty forced his penis in her vagina. The victim claims she tried to escape, but Petty brandished a knife and held it against her stomach, telling her she could not leave. The victim claims she eventually struck Petty with a plastic bottle and escaped. She reported the incident to police, and the same day they responded to Petty's home and arrested him. Police claim he questioned, and I quote, "What am I being arrested for?" while claiming, "I didn't do anything." When the girl was brought up, Petty told the police that he had not seen her that day, but then claimed he had seen her at the bus stop and had a conversation with her. He says that after speaking with the girl, he just went home and fell asleep, but also admitted he had slept with the girl before. And I'll stop right there. Plez, what are your thoughts on the court documents?
Well, again, it's just another piece of evidence that corroborates her statement, and that her statement has been the same since the beginning. He didn't say that they were girlfriend and boyfriend. You know, a lot of times people will rewrite their narratives, especially once so many years pass, particularly men, but I mean, women do it too. But when you're in a new relationship with someone, most people are not going to knowingly get into a relationship with a rapist. And men know that. People who are sex abusers know that. They're good at manipulation. So they're going to flip the story to make it more palatable. When people are teenagers, statutory rape in a lot of different states, it's a real thing. And there have been instances where the parent will find out and make charges on behalf of their daughter or their son if they felt like the daughter was being taken advantage of. And sometimes not even that, if they just didn't like the little boy. There, you know, I'll be honest, like, that has happened, but that's not reflected anywhere in what you just read. She made her own statement. It wasn't a parent making a statement on her behalf. She's very vivid on with the details and how he forced her by what she thought was gunpoint. I don't know if they ever found out if he had a gun or not. But Yeah, it's there in black and white. As we said, he was actually convicted. So this is a moot point. Nikki should have ate her food on that one. Like, you don't have to respond to everything that people put out. If you gonna love who you love, do it. But know that when you have these types of history, rapists really aren't respected even in the prison system.
Yeah.
So it
No,
is what it is.
that's the worst place to be a pedophile or rapist is the prison system. Ooh, child, your booty hole. Poor thing. Okay, schoolboy, sound off. Ooh, can we lose schoolboy? I'm gonna take her out and bring it. Bishop, sound off. What are your thoughts?
I mean, this is what the young lady has said on the interviews that I've heard. So her story now has never changed, and it's more detailed from what I heard when she was having the interview with the other YouTubers. So I was like, man, it's bad, man, and folks is just bombing on her, and all she kept saying throughout that whole interview, which I felt was true. I just want to be left alone. If it wasn't for him trying to go against what the court was saying in California, I would never have been informed to testify again. So apparently it was his fault because he didn't want to register as a sex offender in California. That's not her fault. You've been convicted. So why is people getting mad at her? Because your favorite celebrity is married to him? That's not her problem. That's not y'all problem. That's Miss Minaj's problem. She married him. So I don't know why people getting mad at her about that. She was brought back into this again.
Yeah, she's in it by default. She's married to a convicted rapist. And again, he's been convicted. Therefore, he is a rapist. There's no longer an alleged. It's a conviction. Cynthia Christopher, thank you so much for the super chat. She was brave enough to report it at 16, had to do a rape kit at 16, and he was convicted. So what don't all of you people understand? Yeah. You know what? I want to read this DM that I just got, and I'm pretty sure it's from a Barb. I'll put it up here. Schoolboy, do you want to read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's fucked up. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. That you would bring my queen Nicki into all this drama. With her husband's actions, this woman just lost her father, and she is grieving. And she is a new mom. You are wicked. You are a wicked woman who will do anything for views. Nicki has been on hiatus since December, but you want to make clout. You want to make clout of her name. Screw you. You're not a black woman. You're a Mexican woman. Arriba. That's why you never show your face. I'm done with you and your shenanigans.
All right. I love Toodles.
Thank you for the view.
Thank you, Toodles Pumpkin. Yeah,
Monica, you are the whole United Nations at this point.
Right?
You've been Jewish, you've been a man, you've been a woman, you've been Latino. I mean, damn, what you gonna be next?
You gonna be Hawaiian next week?
That avatar do look kind of, Filipino, Blackanese. You got a lot going on over there.
I have an Indian. I have been told that too. Someone called me a turkey one time. Absolutely. Listen, it is what it is. Thank you for watching, my love, and I'm sorry that I've offended your queen. I'm even more sorry that she is your queen. I mean, that's pretty sad. What happened to your mama? She not your queen?
Girl, you make me think about Black Panther with Killmonger. Is this your queen? Is this your queen?
Nothing wrong with being Mexican. I mean,
ain't nothing wrong with being Mexican. It was a joke. God, y'all are so sensitive. Jesus, you can't say nothing no more.
Well, no, I mean, Schoolboy was just reading the DM, and it said that I'm not black. I'm Mexican. Okay, it is what it is.
Y'all just need y'all need Jesus. I'm convinced some of y'all need Jesus. This man sexually assaulted this woman. Okay, y'all need to get over it. And then if you sitting up here idolizing man, I feel sorry for you. I really do feel sorry for you because these people are human beings. No, this is not Nicki Minaj's business, but ma'am, you are a public figure worth $85 million. So when you choose your mate, be very careful of who you choose, because we don't dig up the past. There's other people that tight niece, in the words of T.S. Madison, tight niece. Y'all sit up there and y'all pick up all of this information on people and put it out there. So don't have a bad background, marry somebody who's a public figure, and don't expect people to dig up on it. And then don't still be doing crimes. That's the crazy part about it.
Yeah.
You know what's so ironic? When she got with this guy, she came out with the Queen album, talking about you don't need no man to make you a queen. And I'm like, and this is what you pick up? You pick up a convicted felon?
Which is one of her most lackluster albums.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie, one of my favorite songs from her all time is on the album. So
I mean, she had a few bops, but I mean, it didn't slap like that old.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Schoolboy, what are your thoughts on the court document excerpt that I read? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's a sad thing. This woman was sexually assaulted. At least she was brave enough to say anything about it and even go to the police, because most people don't even go to they're scared. And by him being a street dude at that, that's even worse, because he could have called somebody from the outside and would have got him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm seriously, 150 million, 85, whatever. Whatever she's worth, it ain't in my bank account, so I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, y'all press. In the words of Cardi, press. And no, I'm not a Cardi fan either. I do like Cardi's music, but I don't stand for none of them. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, at the same time, this man did this over 2 decades ago. Nicki was not present. But when you get married to somebody, I mean, his past didn't go away. It wasn't like she could get his record expunged. He know when he go to any state, he has to register as a sex offender. So when you don't do that, they're going to come look for you. So I don't understand that. And with Nicki knowing she got all that money, that's to be common sense.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. This is insane. Do y'all want to get into this tea about Tashaki 6ix9ine hitting up Little Nas X? Oh, there's a music to make sure the music's off. Hitting up Little Nas X in his DMs, coming on to him, actually coming out of the closet.
But when he scared in jail, grabbing his booty hole, and was in solitary, wasn't he? Because he was.
Well, they had him. Yeah, they had him in solitary in the federal pen. He was far away from everyone. No one could get to him because he was too busy taking down a lot of black men. So they needed to secure, his spot, his position. They didn't want anyone getting to him. Beautifully animated. Thank you so much for the super chat. The victim was grieving first at 16, mourning her stolen innocence. Don't say stupid-ish just because you can't understand someone's position. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know. Some people just don't have compassion, Manifest our destiny. Thank you so much for the super chat. Am I crazy? Doesn't the Bible teach us not to worship false idols? Aren't these celebrities false idols? Absolutely.
Well, they still going to Jamal Bryant Church and getting holy hands. So, hey.
Ooh, Pastor Holy Hoa.
Uh-huh. Jordan Smith is a Barb's, and she has been going hard for her queen, Nicki. She says, leave Onika alone. Okay.
Did Onika forget to pay your rent this month?
Ooh. But this is what I don't get. Your queen decided to marry a felon. That wasn't you didn't tell her to marry him. So I don't know why they're going so hard, because they was the one that brought up his record. Let's not forget that. It was nobody else who brought up Kenneth Petty's record except the Barbs. So let's get that correct today. Because I'm not with the Barbs running around here trying to get mad at folks because folks is telling the truth. Well, let's tell the truth. You Barbs brought it up to her, and then that made her lie by omission. No, I mean, no, ma'am, that was your fan base who called you to the carpet.
Them same barbs that didn't get them tickets on her last tour and she had to cancel it.
Tasha Harris says, cancel that bitch. Oh my goodness. Boo Lots, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you guys for opening our minds. You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. All right, y'all, let's get into this tea about Tekashi 6ix9ine coming out of the closet and coming on to Lil Nas X. So let me share my screen so we can get into this tea together, okay? Hollywood Unlocked over on Instagram posted this. So there it is, a screenshot that Lil Nas X posted of Tekashi. Gonna pop back up again. Hang on, let the video just keep going. Oh, press play, plot twist. Lil Nas X put 6ix9ine on blast for sliding his DMs. Here we go. So he says, going, let me read it from my phone. Give me 1 second. It's like the screen is so blurry. Give me a minute. Oh my goodness. This is something else, child. Something else. 2021 keeps giving for the girls.
Girls.
Giving for the girls, child. Let me pull this up real quick.
We should just take all sexuality labels off because everybody just sleep with everybody now at this point.
Apparently, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Not I said the cat.
Right. I'm gonna keep mine.
Go off, players and Bishop.
I don't judge what nobody else does. It's just not my cup of tea.
I think majority of society said they fluid. That's what
everybody
they
ain't able. It's okay. Everybody.
Yeah. I mean, if you like bussy, I mean, just go ahead and say, you know what? I don't know the difference between, between the girls and the guys, and I just like floating around. I mean, be honest with yourself.
You might as well.
Tekashi probably had one of them people like that. I remember that documentary. I was waiting on him at the door.
You so dirty.
Waiting at the door, honey.
It says, I'm going to be in your city soon. What you doing later? That's what it says. Yeah, that's what the DM, and it's his account. It's verified unless it's Photoshop. What you doing? LOL with a heart and a smiley face. That heart means a lot. That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, when you throw in the emojis, it's
I know he's gonna come and say his account was hacked or some craziness like that. So expect that,
He's gonna be screaming the N-word, and black people still gonna be listening to his music. It's just.
I honestly think he's so pressed for attention, he may not even deny it. He might just let it float on out there, honey. He likes to be in a headline. He don't care how he get there.
I think Pleas is right. I think he just wants to be talked about. And it seems like he's being ignored a lot lately because going after King Von, everybody's on to him. So when when things really pop off, no one wants to really be implicated. So everybody's getting up now. They're catching on to it. Frankie, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh my goodness, we appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, he's his latest stunt is he's wearing a t-shirt with King Von on it, and it has holes. And he's taunting, King Von's friends and family. They just need to ignore him. He wants attention. That's all. And,
I know.
To put more black men.
Left his ass in jail.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Why don't we take some calls from the chat, and everyone, we can discuss what we talked about tonight. It's a lot to digest. Okay, I'm posting the link so you guys can call in.
What's this thing with Jack A?
I don't know.
Somebody put that in the super chat.
I saw that. Comment in the chat. Let us know what's up with Jack K. I haven't seen what she said.
But you know what? Lil Nas X and 6ix9ine look like they'll make a couple.
A cute
You know,
couple.
like some people, you like, oh, that makes sense. You know, because he'll try to be with these bad chicks. I'm like, I don't see it. I think you paying her. But with Lil Nas X, like, it wouldn't even be a pay situation. Like, it could be a long-lasting relationship.
I can see it.
You're saying they're in the same weight class. They,
Right, yeah, right.
Everything match up when they lay down. Absolutely.
Right, because you remember at Lil Nas X, he kept curving. What's the guy's name? Bobby Lights, because come to find out, Lil Nas X was a bottom, so it couldn't be two bottoms in a relationship. So I'm like, okay, this makes sense now.
Oh well, I mean, sometimes people be verse, hey, but do what you do. Do what you do.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Miss Mabel, how you doing?
Hey, Miss Mabel, where you been? You been hiding? We ain't seen you in a while.
She been in Twitter land.
Oh, yeah, Twitter land. Yeah. So, well, no, I'm gonna be honest.
You're on mute.
The T.I. and Tiny discussions has been a little bit too much for me. With the disrespect in the comments, it's a trigger for me, and I'm trying to be respectful and not call them out because you don't know anybody's truth, and neither do I, boo. So this is the problem I have with Nicki Minaj and her fans. You can ride for somebody. You entitled to ride for who you want to. That's your God-given right. Every day, all day. She knew who he was when she got with him. Okay? She knew that. And still chose to be with him. That's on her. Now, when you know that you're with a registered sex offender, because he will always be a registered sex offender, you know what comes with that. And the reason he had to get permission, I believe now, it's different out in California, and I can tell you just only from personal experience. When you're a registered sex offender, you can't be around children. That's a no-no, boo. That's a no-no. And they're trying to make it seem like, well, he didn't have to get permission. He sure did have to get permission to be in the delivery room. And it's not because he's a pedophile, because when he did rape the R word, the young lady, I don't know if we're supposed to say the R word, when he did do what he did, because he was convicted of that in the first degree and a couple other things and a weapon charge. Okay? It's public record. So she knew that. You're mad at a woman who is speaking her truth. As a celebrity, you know when to keep your mouth shut, right? Because she's the one that has things to lose. He's not losing anything. She can lose endorsements, concerts, record albums. You knew that you were with this. She defends him tooth and nail, but she also defended her brother tooth and nail, who was, now he's a convicted pedophile. And I'm sorry that her father died, but that does not mean that she is not this person that she is. She is showing you who she is. She is not Nicki Minaj. She's Onika, and Onika's hood. Onika gonna tell you like it is. She gonna mess with those street men, trying not to use bad words, I'm sorry, or as Bishop likes to call it, street meat. I saw that last night.
Miss Mabel, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but there's some really bad audio. It sounds like an ocean on your end. I don't know what that is.
Hold on a second. Let me shut off my fan. It's my fan. I'm by the ocean. Why y'all put me out there like that? Is it better now?
Yes, ma'am. Much better.
Yeah, it was my fan. I'm sorry. It was a little warm out here in California today.
Okay.
Sorry.
I understand. No worries. Yeah.
Okay, Bishop. But what I'm saying, my whole thing with this, Nicki knew what she defended her brother. She paid for his lawyer, and she knew he was a pedophile. So why would you think that this woman would not condone her husband's behavior? Do you understand? And I don't know if he's done anything recently. She knew what she got with, and she should have kept her mouth shut. And you young women or men, the barbs, as you like to call yourselves, you need to realize that she's human, and she's an effed up human, it looks like, because this is what she chooses to do with her life. She chooses to be with people that bring her down. She's still paying for her brother and taking care of her brother. That's who she is. She's not Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is a persona. It's like, you got Batman and you got Bruce Wayne. They two different people. She's two different people. She puts out there what she is Nicki Minaj, caring, loving. She's all about the culture. No, she's not. No, she's not. Because she will tear any woman down, and she's done it before. This is not the first one. People talking about why would Nicki Minaj call? Why would she do that? Because she wants to pay her off. She wants to make the problem go away. And she doesn't need receipts. I'm so tired of hearing that. Why she ain't got receipts? Because she don't. And she doesn't need to prove to anybody. Clearly, the U.S. Marshals believe her. The government believes her. So what's the problem? I'm confused. Stop making excuses for her. That's why women don't talk about what happens to them, or men. It doesn't just happen to women or kids. Because if you see what happens to this young lady, why would you want to come out and tell somebody your truth? You wouldn't. You're going to hide it and talking about, well, it's been years and years and years. No, she reported that almost immediately or within hours, right? Because she didn't even go home. Stop making excuses for people. He did what he did. He was convicted of it. There was clear evidence. I know y'all watch SVU. When there's not evidence, they get away with it, right?
He said, it's okay, Miss Mabel. They don't believe in accountability. Accountability that lacks in the black community.
What? That's sad, because if these young people have children, because I don't know their ages, that means you're not teaching your children accountability either. So you're telling your children it's okay to, just like you guys said, they are putting these people on a pedestal. I call y'all my friends. Now I don't mean any disrespect, but I know y'all just friends in my head. We don't know each other's personal. Well, I know we family school, but you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is people don't get it. You have people that are in positions of power that have genuine concern for other people. And I wouldn't say power is what the word that I'm looking for, but people that have, they're a higher standard than you. That's not Nicki Minaj. That's like saying, I know Ben Affleck. You do? How do you know him? He said hi to me one day. He my best friend. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like they're delusional. And I'm not saying you shouldn't ride for people, but when you have facts in front of you, you have to start looking at those facts. Because remember all those people that said nothing, that Bill Cosby didn't do anything? Jeffrey Weinstein didn't do anything? Harvey Weinstein. It's all being proven because it's continued. It takes people that molest children usually don't get caught the first time. People need to understand that. Rapists as well. Sometimes it takes a while before the person gets caught. That doesn't mean all these people are making it up. It means they got better at their job. They were good at getting away with it until somebody finally said, you know what, let me tell my story. And then that person realizes, so it wasn't just me.
Okay, Miss Mabel. Yep. Thank you, my love. Absolutely. You've made your point. We get it. And I personally totally agree with you.
I just wish people would take into consideration that fame does not put you above anything. You still have everything going on that she has going on, and she needs to deal with it the right way. That's all.
Absolutely. All right, Miss Mabel, you have a great evening, and we
love you guys.
And we are friends. You are our friends.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We are friends. I'm sorry. Let me. We friends. And I'm going to tell you just like this, stop coming for my friends in the comments because it's a problem for me. Okay.
I know that's right, Miss Mabel. You have a
good night, you guys. I love you guys.
All right. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
She is so amazing. Oh my God. Yeah. Hey, Lakeisha. Hey, my love.
Hola, Monica. Hola.
Hey. Hola, ¿cómo está?
¿Cómo está? How you doing, girl?
Bien.
How you doing, señorita?
Español. You habla de español too?
Poquito español. Poquito. Okay. But
some things now. Okay, child. All right, girl. What are your thoughts on this new development in the Nicki Minaj / Kenneth Penny situation?
It's just eye gouging. It's just like it's eye gouging. Look, listen. I think it's sick. I think it's very sick. There's no way I'm going to choose a partner knowingly that this is a sex offender or somebody who took somebody's body unwillingly, but you're gonna be with him. Is this who she has a kid by as well?
Married
This is
to.
scary. What is happening? It's just like, I don't know if it's because a lot of things are being brought to the forefront, through the world. Because now, the world used to be so big, but now it's so small because of social media, phones, and the easy access to all the knowledge and all the gossip. But geez, you have a baby with this guy? I mean, like, and then I've even heard like a lot of psychiatrists and say a lot of that stuff is hereditary. I've heard people tell me that the sickness, the mental illness, it is hereditary. I already know, spiritually, it is a soul tie. But geez, so you had a kid with him. You decided to procreate.
It's taking it to another level. It's another level. Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And you do, like, I've been looking at the comments. You have some of I'm like, one of the young ladies, she's like going hard. She's attacking other people for their own opinions and their own comments. And, everybody to each his own. But ma'am, you are following the wrong person. If you can follow her, that means you'll fall for anything. And that is very scary. That is very. I'm serious. This is my thing going out to her in the comments. If you are following her that hard and strong, I would suggest just take up a trade, go to school, learn a skill, because that is not the way, my friend. She's not going to lead you into anything good.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's just super interesting. It's one thing to like somebody, to admire them, but to be this emotionally invested in a stranger, that's a lot. Some of these stands need therapy. Eminem wrote a whole song about it. Y'all don't get to that point.
Right.
That's scary.
But it's sick. I mean,
down.
like, isn't that sick? Like, you laid down with this man. I mean, I understand you can say, well, he did this when he was this age, and I'm going to, choose to see if, but it's too much. It's a history now. Nicki's going to back with her brother for it. She's going to back with him. I don't know what's happening. I do not know what's happening to the world. It's
desperation, energy. People just desperate to have the title of being married. Like the standards that standards is low, baby. It's low nowadays. It's real low. And and it's really sad to look. I'm about to turn 35, and I'm looking at Gen Z. My God, some of y'all born after 91. Jesus, y'all can't even pay a bill without your mammy. God forbid she go off somewhere and pass away, because y'all gonna be lost. And I gotta depend on y'all. Oh no.
It's sad. It is really like Regina said, we are a super sexualized country. Absolutely, and well said. Keisha, thank you so much for calling in, my love.
Yeah, anytime. Good night, guys.
Good night, my love. Good night. Let's see who I'm gonna put on here. Bring on our girl Princess. Hey, Princess.
Hey.
Princess.
Yes.
Princess.
You brought Nino Brown back in the building just in time.
Yeah, I was gonna do something else, but I was like, y'all capping tonight.
You need it with all them DMs Monica getting.
I know.
I'm gonna do a special one for Monica. Cancel that.
I need a sound.
Her name ain't even Monica, it's Maria.
I got it. I got you, Monica. I got you. Okay.
Maria.
Before you start, Princess,
I'm
gonna put up Jackie's tweet or Instagram post that got everybody going crazy. Not Tashaki looking for 6 to 9 inches, child. She is too funny.
I love it.
And
JK is so funny. She is the auntie that ain't getting none. She always talking about penis online. She is so funny.
poor thing, she got too much time on her hands. And C9 has responded. So let me go ahead and share my screen really quick so I can show you what he's saying. He's denying the charges, the allegations, like we thought he would. Okay, so this is what he said.
Before this shit even start, we're gonna nip this shit in the. It's my gram right here. 6ix9ine, this my account. Let's go. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Look. Stop playing with me, son. Before this shit even start, we're gonna nip this shit in the. My face, don't.
And that was the whole thing. Okay. Yeah.
Now, sir, we know you can recall messages. Don't do that. Don't do that.
As if that's proof, you know.
Why that man got to lie on your penis, sir? Knowing that you want some, I don't respect no man. I don't respect no man with no that calls himself a man. I'm gonna call him. They call yourself want to be a gangster with rainbow hair, and you out here wearing lace front wigs better than mine, sir. You better go and get your life. You probably dip in and dip out of everything. The minute I saw the rainbows, I'm like, well, that's gay. Okay, so what you trying to say, sir? Because you sure ain't standing for God's word and Noah's Ark or nothing like that. So which one is you? Are you okay? Let's be clear. Mm-hmm. You over here, you probably had to bust down while you was doing that bid. Quit playing. Bottoms up, sir. I don't put it past him.
Oh God!
Out here on the G, you ain't coming out here to the south side to try nothing. Go ahead about your business, sir. If you did it, you did it. Just admit it. You should have called that man or something or sent a decoy. I don't put it past him doing it. Gone somewhere. But anyway, y'all fans, stands out there today, y'all gonna be mad at me, and I don't care. And I'm gonna tell you to keep the whole one around. Okay. Am I stuck? Can y'all see me?
Yeah, you're stuck. You keep coming in and out.
Okay. I don't know why. See, that's them barbs doing that.
We're gonna bind that spirit today.
We're gonna bind that devil right now in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus.
All day. Look at here. Let me read the definition of what clout is. To have clout is to have influence or power. In popular culture, people with clout are seen as popular and cool. I am so tired of y'all running amok with this word clout. Please explain to me how this woman is sitting up here talking about that she was sexually assaulted 20 years ago, somehow is gonna be popping because she accused and he has been convicted a nobody. Kenneth Petty is a nobody. His wife is somebody, and we're not even talking about her like that tonight. We're talking about her husband, and he is a nobody. Now, while y'all in the chat talking about surviving Cardi B, I don't care what that's about. When we talk about Cardi B in that situation, that's when we're going to talk about Cardi B. But we're not talking about her today. We're talking about Mr. Kenneth Petty, Mrs. Nicki Minaj Petty's husband, who is a convicted rapist. He did it, okay? And I'm going to tell you that none of them people that you're mad about in this chat, that you're giving us likes, because we work paycheck to paycheck. So I had to go in last night and look at my bank account after y'all paid us all that egregious last night to say how broke I was to sit up here let you watch us talk about the people that you love. Now, who told you to come over here and watch this? Maybe I'm looking at it for clout. I don't know. Maybe Bishop, you got some clout, Bishop. Maybe Monica needs some clout in the Mexican community. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. But
I have my cousin on here, 6ix9ine. Y'all going to leave him alone.
But he did it, okay? And we could care less about Ms. Mariah. I wish her well, but she dated down. Now, she said that she knew him from childhood. And so that is why she took up with him and she was familiar with him. But let me tell you something. She's lowbrow, just like the rest of these hood girls. Okay. She's hood. Clear. Miss Mabel said it. She's hood and she wanted a thug. Look at her past dating habits, the people that she's been with. That's what she likes, is a thug. So she dated a real thug, and she should have known that when she dated him and when she decided to marry him, that there was going to be some backlash behind it. It is nobody's fault. It is not that lady's fault that she was assaulted and that she's speaking up for it. Now, if somebody touched you, you want somebody to believe you. The problem is none of you have been through enough in life for somebody to have to believe you. You need some healing and y'all need some therapy. And there's something wrong with you to think that every time that we talk about somebody who's been touched, assaulted, or anything, who's been misused, that they have to be doing it for clout and for attention. Ain't no way in heaven, hell, or in between that I want to sit up there and advertise that somebody sexually assaulted me. Y'all need to really get real about this here, because I'm trying not to cuss, okay? Y'all need to really get real. This is a problem with America. We're shaming people that are victims, okay? I agree with this woman. She probably just want to be left alone. Yeah. Leave that woman alone. Yeah. There's nothing glamorous about this here, okay? And I don't put nothing past Nicki after she was paying for the defense attorneys for her brother, and it was concrete evidence that he was a pedophile and that he was an assaulter. She's just a person to me. She's a very talented person. I listen to her music and I listen to Cardi, but both of them hood. Both of them can do some very lowbrow shit, and that's it. They're just people, and they're not related to me. They can't do nothing to me. I worship my God, and that's all I care about, whose judgment I'm come for. So you can follow me today if you want to come on Twitter, if you want to come on IG, and you want to have words, come with it, because I'm with the shits tonight. Y'all have a good day.
You heard it here first. She's with the shits, so come with it. Yeah. All right, princess. That was a mouthful, my love. The backstage is getting filled up. Hang out with us. We'll be back. Okay, honey? Okay.
Like from the wire.
Bring Rachel on. Hey, Queen. How you doing?
Hey,
sis. She's back. Good. How you doing?
I just love your guys' spirits.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, to me personally, we can bring any celebrity we want into this. I love seeing people being held accountable. I'm so glad that Marilyn Manson, who has blatantly made profits off of how he traumatizes women for his whole career, being brought to justice too. He is being investigated. But, you know, through my own journey, I think the most powerful point that I've come to realize is pain is just pain until you give it purpose. You know?
Yeah.
That's a word, Rachel.
Yeah, that's very deep. Say it again, honey. Say it again for the people in the back.
Pain is pain until you give it purpose.
Amen.
And Bishop, I respect your opinion. I think that we all see the world through our own filters. And our filters are built from our own pain and our own experiences. And it's all on a spectrum. Some have had it worse. Others have had it great. But we got to realize that to our core, we are born either a giver or a taker. In psychology, this is either codependent or more narcissistic. This is why I said that we have to extend compassion towards people like Tiny, because we can sit here and judge these people and point fingers, but there's no point in it unless you let it teach you. There's no point. You have to know why people end up in these situations, period. When you are a codependent person, you will sacrifice to the point of self-destruction. When you are a narcissistic person, you will take and take and take. Both, however, come from the same place. It's lack of love. You hate yourself. You absolutely hate yourself. It's biologically, people like to throw around narcissistic a lot. we have to be sure that there is a clear difference between NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, versus narcissistic traits. Someone who is clinically narcissistic is biologically incapable of feeling empathy. Someone who has higher narcissistic traits won't allow themselves to feel that empathy because it's how they've learned to protect their ego. Unfortunately, I feel like generationally, men lean more towards the narcissism because they're taught it's part of that toxic masculinity. They have to control, they have to take power. To be a man, you can't break down, and women are taught to succumb to it. Period. This is why we are the caretakers. This is why when you have a broken woman who has been raised in an environment where pedophilia and rape is going on, she will attract a man. And it's not, I believe in the law of attraction, but more importantly, it's not what we attract, it's what we accept.
Yep. It's very true. Very true. You're preaching tonight.
It's what we accept. Because if you have healthy boundaries, you've taken the time to face your own issues and become the best version of you. You can meet someone like like whatever Nicki Minaj's skanky ass, little man is. You can look at them and you can feel that empathy for them because we're naturally empathetic at heart. If you accept people, look past their demons, you're a natural empath. But what you do is you say, I choose me this time. I choose me, not sacrifice myself. I can love you. I can understand your pain and why you are the way that you are, but I have to put up my boundaries. And lastly, what I want to say about all these people who are judging all of you fine panelists, attacking all of you for speaking from a calm, rational, unbiased position, and shaming victims. When someone claims abuse, false allegations are the exception. It takes a lot of courage to speak up and say that something is happening. And what we don't remember is that for years, this has all been hush-hushed. How many of you can raise your hand and say that someone in your family's touched you? How many of you can say that you've been abused in some type of form? Large percent. How many of you spoke up about it? These people who are hating victims are either one, a victim themselves, completely brainwashed and have not faced their trauma. Therefore, they are projecting their anger onto others, or they are a perpetrator. Period. Period. It's the only reason that you would keep silent or be complicit, stand behind known pedophiles and rapists.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rachel. I mean, you came with a word tonight, and it's a word that people needed to hear. So I thank you so much for calling in and sharing your intellect with us. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it all. That heals people.
Absolutely.
Love doesn't mean that, I approve of what you're doing, but just like raising a child, love says, I see your wrongdoing. I know why you're doing it. I can have compassion for you, but you have to be held accountable.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Love, not with judgment.
Yeah. Thank you, my love. You have a wonderful evening.
You too.
And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Do y'all want to address Blue Moon's comment? She goes, why are y'all dragging Nicki Minaj and ain't nobody giving Tiny no compassion? F out of here.
I give neither of them heifers compassion.
Thank you.
Next
case. And you know the
Next
thing
case.
about it, I respect what she said. I know what she was saying, but my thing is this: I prayed for Tiny's soul. Now I do pray for peace for her soul, but I will not have no compassion for what she did to other women, because those women were victims. Now, if she was she was victimized when she was younger, and she was broken, then I feel bad for her. but I've been victimized when I was younger. You know what I mean? But one thing about it is I'm not going to victimize other people because I've been through something, because that means I need to be held accountable for what I did, no matter how much hurt and pain was caused upon me. She still had a choice. People need to realize people have choices. And I understand people go through things. They might be over the hedge of a narcissistic person, but you still have a choice, because Tiny was not no broke chick. She could have said, you know what, Tip, I can't do this. It's too much. And she could have left. And she would have been all right. Her and Zonique and some of the kids would have been okay because she's not a broke chick. But she chose to stay with Tip. And I understand you can be manipulated into certain things, but I would not have compassion over her for criminal activities. That's just me.
Absolutely. You know what I was thinking? Because, we're always, this show is continuously evolving. Maybe I should start a stopwatch for callers, 3 minutes, and I'll start the stopwatch as soon as someone starts speaking. That way we give everybody a chance to speak, because if the backstage is completely full, and I always feel bad when someone doesn't get a chance to get on, So maybe what do you guys think? Do you think we should start doing that? Comment in the chat. Let us know, because, as a family, we make decisions together, okay? Let me know if we should start putting a cap on the callers. 3 minutes, 4 minutes, sound off. Let us know. Someone said, laugh out loud. Yes, finally. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Look at God.
Because, everyone shares such a great perspective, but we have to be fair to everyone, right?
That's true. Sometimes people give a little bit. Okay, never mind.
Ma'am, no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, maybe we'll give a little overtime clock if they are preaching exceptionally well. If their message is really good, then we can give a little grace. Because I gotta represent for the long-winded folks like myself. I be seeing y'all out there. I know I'm a lawyer. I talk all day. So I do, but yeah, like Rachel, like she took a little while, but everything that she said was very insightful. It was very on point.
No, she was on point, and she said what the people needed to hear, actually, because what she said is what a lot of people in this chat, on this panel, in this world listening are going through. Okay? Or have gone through. I wanted to acknowledge a few super chats. Thick Girl 40, thank you so much. He did it. Everybody knows he did it, and her brother did it too. She's mad that it just says two. If they had a daughter, he would need special permission to see her. Oh, really? Wow. Cynthia Christopher, thank you so much for the super chat. Princess is everything. Hashtag mic drop. Yeah, she's amazing. She really, really is. I really like that sister a lot. X alias Nikita X, thank you so much for the super chat. This panel is fire. Go Princess. Please get better. Aw. Schoolboy and Bishop are peeps. Monica's voice be soothing me. Oh, thank you. She put a little heart in there too. Isn't that sweet? That's really nice. And then we also, hang on a sec now. Okay. I had some more over here.
Monica, you got to get on those voiceovers, baby. Children's books and romance novels. That's you all day.
Yes, ma'am. I'm listening to you. I'm gonna take your lead. Absolutely. Yes.
Get that paper.
E. It's just an E, a lowercase e. Thank you so much for the super chat. To Joe Tube, nobody cares that Minaj paid your college tuition. Uh-oh. Yikes. Okay. Ted Bundy volunteered on his spare time at the suicide hotlines. Take some courses on the complexity of human nature. Yikes.
Is that a scholar? Go off, read and write and erase that ass.
All right now.
Yes, God.
Ooh, Lord. Okay. Manifest our destiny. Thank you so much. You always show up and show out in these super chats. Wasn't she hashtag me too? All women are to be believed mouthpiece. Probably, listen, Cardi B is with a blood, or what is she with a Crip? Cardi B's with a Crip, so Nicki has to go pick herself up a blood too. I mean, it's only right?
I thought Offset lived in the suburbs, and his daddy is like a one of them in one of those what's some things fraternities. He didn't grow up in no hood.
I think he did. I think he grew up poor. He didn't grow up with his dad. He's just a single mom.
Yeah, no, but they live in Gwinnett County though. I thought they lived.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Cardi's a blood. I don't know about Offset, but Cardi's a blood.
Well, it only makes sense that you follow the lead. What, whatever. Sonia Warthen, thank you so much for the super chat. And she didn't wait years to tell. She told the same day she did. She went to school, didn't go home. She was smart enough to know if she went home to the foster care home that they would have talked her out of filing charges and contacting the police. So she went to school where she was protected. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let me start the clock. You see through the world. Okay. Rachel, this is Rachel. Thank you, my love, for the super chat. We appreciate you. We see the world through our own filters built from our own issues and traumas. These people who constantly blame and shame victims have not taken the time to face their own truths. Absolutely. Yeah. Hip Hop and Tea, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. Nicole Burks, thank you for the super chat. Hello, everyone. The last live was a lot with TNT, T.I. and Tiny. Now Nicki too. Sad it took a friend to get upset to expose them. Great panel. Keep up the good work, guys. Thank you. Thank you, my love. We appreciate you. All right, let's get this clock started. Let me see. I'm going to bring on Miss Bernice. Hey, Miss Bernice.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
Okay, I'm going to start the clock. All right.
Okay. Monica is Hillary can be Spanish. You can be Mexican. Alex Baldwin's wife, you can be Mexican. Okay.
Absolutely.
I was looking at the comments. The only thing I can say is for the Barbs, I pray for y'all. I had zero tolerance for ignorance and stupidity. The tutor in me wanted to get out my red pen and correct that damn DM. Nicki know who she married. It was already well documented who he was. I don't understand how she could, as a woman, go to her and ask the victim to validate him when he didn't do what he was supposed to do by being registered as a sex offender when you move someplace. Looking at these comments, I'm just gonna pray for the Barbs and just keep it moving. I can't. When I see that you're not making common sense, I gotta let you go, boo. Gotta let you go. Okay. I enjoyed the chat. Y'all doing a good job.
Thank you.
I love you, players. Drink you some tea and gargle.
Oh yeah.
I am. This weather down here, it went from 70 to 40 like the police was outside, baby.
Yeah. And Bishop, you was on point talking about Tiny. I empathize with her because she's a victim also, but you got the clear thought to know, like, if this is going too far, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I love you, but I gotta love me more. And she wasn't able to do that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But other than that, I know my time is clicking. So hey, but it was good. It was good to get through to y'all tonight, and y'all on point. Forget these Barbs. They can't handle the truth. That's on them. That ain't on y'all.
Right.
That's right, Miss Bernice. Thank you, Auntie.
You're welcome. You too. Bye
bye. LaClasha said, no limits on Princess, Marcella, and Lakeisha. Okay.
Well,
she made her disclaimer. I know that's right. I'm going to bring our new friend on, 804 Virginia George. Hey.
Hey, doing pretty good.
All right, let's start the clock. Hang on. You got it, Bishop?
Am I good?
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna reset. Go ahead. You're good.
Hey, Monica, you gotta let the Barbs call in. I wrote it in the comment. I said you gotta let them call in. I want to hear them give an intellectual rebuttal to all the stuff that y'all said today, because obviously there's nothing that they can say that's going to make sense.
Right.
Bishop, I think you had said it earlier, if I'm not mistaken, that Nicki has a dark cloud over her. I believe it was you or Ples. Was it Ples? Okay, I agree. Nicki has a tortured soul. You know, coming from Trinidad, moving to Southside Jamaica, Queens, growing up in a disturbed household. Her father and mother was her father was abusive to her mother, and I believe her father had set the house on fire. If I'm not mistaken, there was a story about that. I think Nicki's insecure as well. I think she falls in line with that with the Tiny conversation. I think that Nicki is insecure about the way she looks, about herself. And I think there's more skeletons from the industry. I think there's more to it. I'm not saying that Nicki might have been involved in some pedophilia or not, but I think there's more to it with her. That's pretty much all I got to say. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. I just wanted to say that.
That's good points. Yeah, there's seems like a dark cloud to me. I don't know. Does anybody want to chime in? Do you have this open in another window?
For me?
Yeah.
Hold on. Am I good?
Yeah, you're better now.
Okay.
Panel, chime in. Does Nicki, and as well in the chat, let us know. Does Nicki have a dark cloud over her? I know in that Caribbean community, they're going to call it a hex. Someone has this open in another window. Let me see. I don't know. I'm echoing here. Yeah, they're going to, I know they're quick to say, someone worked something on them. Their name is scotch taped to the back of somebody's freezer someplace. I know that. So
Scotch tape.
Like, what you tape?
Jesus, I ain't never heard that before.
Listen, people are all into all kinds of chicken bones under the house. Listen, people are into all kinds of freaky stuff. I know she's quick to say that, but and I say, but God, just get some love of God into your life and stop developing relationships for the wrong reason. Okay. In my personal opinion, should I say it? No, I probably shouldn't. I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm going to keep it to myself why I feel she got with this man and she chose this man to be her life partner.
You can tell us after the show.
I will.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, my Virginia friend. You have a good evening.
Y'all do the same. Thank y'all for the show. Bye-bye.
Thank you for calling in. We appreciate it. Bye-bye. Yep. Hey, Philly Diva. How you doing, love?
Hey. Oh, my goodness. I missed y'all so much.
We missed you, too.
So I'm going to, keep it real quick. Cross my fingers. I really believe that, the gentleman. You can make me laugh. That's right. Okay. The gentleman had a good point about, Nicki's insecurities, because if you look back at her older pictures where she's not as voluptuous, those things can, if you're not healed from past trauma, those things can, manifest in other ways. Again, I feel that growing up in that type of household, we had those kind of skeletons in our family, and even now it's like, oh, you're not going to heal him? You're not going to forgive him? No. And it's really our generation breaking these kinds of cycles, and she's not in that place of breaking that cycle yet, unfortunately. And I just pray that, she's able to break it and see the tree for the forest before her daughter gets any older and she passes on these cycles. Not saying her husband would touch her daughter. I'm not saying that. But we're seeing a cycle of what she grew up with and what she endured and what she is accepting her in her lifelong relationship. Even if she doesn't stay married to this man, this is the father of her child. So now you stuck with him. And there's that old saying, you fuck with me, you stuck with me. Like,
yeah.
There you go.
Yep. At least for 18 years, right? Oh, goodness gracious.
Because he's forever going to be her father. Like,
well, yeah, but you don't have to talk to him forever. I mean, there's ways around things. You can, zoom into the wedding and all kinds of stuff they do now, child. Yeah, girl, just zoom me in and hold up the iPad. I'm not coming. That man's there. I'm not gonna be there.
That's a mess.
Put me on the teleprompter. I'll pay for it. Okay. Thank you, Philly Diva. We appreciate
No problem. Thank you. See, and I stayed out of my time.
Yeah, girl, you good. Girl, you are good.
Look at
Thank
go.
you. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna add our girl PC. Hey PC, how you doing?
All right.
Hey.
Love you all as always. I just got on because these fools on here want to back up Nikki's criminal husband or whatever. And it's like, I was 16 when before that I was messed with as a child by a family member or whatever. But in high school, I was that 16-year-old fighting for my life, from a R, what I'm saying? It was a family friend's brother who did it, whatever. And how I got out was because my sister was there, because we were at the house, and his brother, they were both beating down the door to the room I was in. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I'm shaking. That's how I got out, was them beating down the door. When he realized they were coming through the door, he got off me and let them in, and we left, whatever. But we never told anybody. At the time, me and my sister were worried about if we say something, we gonna be locked in this house, unable to get out and stuff. We wanted our freedom, but I would give up that freedom, because if we had said something, the next girl he attacked, he did go full on with her. And it's like, I'd rather be held hostage in my house by my parents, being overprotective. I wish I had said something. It would have protected the next person. And y'all people get me. It's like, I don't wish harm on nobody. I wish you leave this world without having been in that position to have to fight for your life, fight for your body, fight for your mindset. I don't wish any of this to happen to anybody, just so you can understand where that victim is coming from. We have the freedom of speech, but if you ain't got nothing smart to say, shut the F up. Just because you have the freedom of speech doesn't mean you have to speak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much.
So sorry you went through that. Oh my gosh. God bless you that you are the woman you are today, and that you're here to tell your testimony.
Yeah.
Others.
Well, my parents raised a fighter. That's for damn sure.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, clearly. All right, PC, thank you for calling in and sharing your story with us. We love you.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Bye, beautiful. Joe too received scholarship money from Nicki, and he's been in the chat telling everyone about it. Why are y'all so mad? I'm going to give thanks to Nicki for helping me to the fullest. I'm saving many lives. I work ICU, and I was able to finish because of the queen. Kudos to you. Why don't you call in, Joe Tube, and share your story with us? I'd love to hear it. I'm going to add So Debonair to the chat. Hey, So Debonair.
Hey.
What's up? What's up?
How you guys doing tonight?
Doing pretty good, fam.
Listen, I wanted to be on here tonight because I think that she's trash. And I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. When that Orlando stuff happened, Nicki was very dismissive about it. They were asking her about it, and she said, "God is good." And
wow,
that's what she said. She tweeted this. She said, "God is good." She's been taking up for this man for a long time. And we all know that he's a pedophile. We know that he didn't register as a sex offender, his where they living at. she doesn't care. So, you know, the Barbs, they get upset when you make this. They probably gonna be trashing you tomorrow, Monica, because they hate when you talk about her. But at the end of the day, you have to hold her responsible for the things that she does. She's not a very responsible person, and to see that she's taking up for this man, it doesn't surprise. She doesn't take responsibility for anything. She's so sad that she's not getting the accolades she feels like she needs to have, and so she just does anything that she wants to do. She has that radio show on Apple. It's horrible. She just yells and screams at everybody. I mean,
I've caught a
horrible.
few episodes.
Were you able to listen to the whole thing? It's so bad.
No, I go ahead and cut it off
yelling.
because sometimes she just need to shut the hell up.
Yeah, and that's what she needs to
It's
do.
the raspy voice for me that sounds like an old crackhead. You know,
Yeah.
I hate those type of people that used to do pills or they still doing pills. Now they smoke Newports. And it's like that drug voice. Ooh,
you talking about Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, that raspy drug voice. It's a certain type of voice. It's very smooth.
You do remember Ray Ma said you just got off them pills and potions and them ski slopes.
Oh Lord!
And you also remember that when Remy Ma posted that that music that she posted, Nicki made her take it down because it was facts. So we can't sit here and act like she's a credible person because after Remy destroyed her, we haven't really heard a lot from her since then. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, to me, I don't have any respect for her at all. She doesn't have any credibility of anything. She had a 7-year run as a rapper because there was no other female rappers around. And so people respect her because they think that she's the queen of rap, and she's not. And, you know, she's supporting a pedophile. She married him consciously. So, I mean, how much respect can you have for her? It's none. I don't respect anybody who knows that their husband or wife is that, period. And she's a trash person to me.
Yeah. Well, you're entitled to your opinion. I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
Absolutely.
And life will go on. I mean, I don't think any clique is worse than the Beehives.
Let me tell you something. The Barbs are way worse than the Beehive. I'm gonna tell you that because they're delusional. They don't understand logics of things. The Beehive are crazy about Beyonce because they may think that she deserves some things, but the Barbs are they're worse because they want Nicki Minaj to have this platform that she doesn't even deserve.
But they don't buy her tickets.
They don't buy
to her concerts. So,
you know what?
I don't know.
And you know, I compare them to is Brandy's fans. They're the same people. They all love her, but they won't buy her music.
Jesus.
That's how they are. They love them. They won't buy the music.
Oh my goodness, child. Oh.
Well, I mean, I'm
so glad I was able to catch this because when I seen this today, Monica, you know, I had my live tonight, but I was like, I had to get on here tonight because I love this is something that I wanted to talk about. Nicki Minaj to me is so toxic, and she doesn't really care about the people that follow her. She cares about numbers that she doesn't really make, and you have to realize what her career is like. You know, she as a artist hasn't got any accolades from nothing that she's done. She's been a feature and just gotten accolades from being a feature. So she's upset, you know what I'm saying? And now she's in this marriage with this man who is a pedophile, and she's supporting him. And then how do you support that?
It's a sticky situation to be in. I don't know, you know. I don't know. Sometimes when people have money, they think they can do anything they want in this world, and they're exempt to consequences, karma, just like the Kardashians. They think they can have any man they want. They don't care who's with that man, or it's a delusional state.
You know, one of my favorite rappers said in one of his lines, "Red bottoms can't keep you out of that hellish past." It's over. You can't pay your way out of it. Hey, you can't do it.
And marrying a pedophile consciously, it makes me look at you differently.
Well, they can stay on that demon time. I'm not on that. I'm blessed and highly favored. Go and heal yourself. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna bind them spirits.
Okay, you going in timeout, Kels. Like, I should really block you for that comment. Bye. We need to have should we have a discussion one day, maybe in the after dark, about this demon time and the celebrities that support it? Okay. Pay attention, folks. Wake up. All right. So, Debonair, my love, thank you for calling in. We appreciate you. Bye.
All right. See you, my brother.
Bye. I'm going to bring Stout on. Hey, Stout.
Hey.
Hello. How y'all doing?
Good.
Doing all right.
How are you?
Hello, class, schoolboy, Bishop, Monica.
Hey.
How's everything tonight?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Let's see where I'm going to start. Nicki Minaj is not a very good person. And it's well documented on her videos, on her news bites, her comments, her attitude, her reactions to other celebrities. I'm a study of character in people, and I'm welcome to be studied as well. You can analyze me till the sun goes down. And I come to the conclusion that, first of all, she's just not a very nice person. She says she's about women.
Can I just stop you for 1 second? Do you have the window open someplace else? Because that's why it's echoing.
I have it open, but it's muted. Should I just close it?
Yeah, well, it's echoing. I don't know if someone else has it open on their phone or something, because I can hear myself in the background speaking. No? Okay.
Can you hear? Is it okay now? Oh, no, I can hear it.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay. I don't know. That's weird. Okay.
Okay. Anyways, what I was going to say is that has a record, a history of lashing out at people, insulting people, especially other women. When she chose to marry this man, she knew his background, and a lot of stuff that I'm saying, I'm repeating what other people have already said, but she married this man knowing what his background was. Also, what didn't they try to silence this victim or try to get her to recant her story so that they could get him off of the sex offender ledger? Okay, right. So that would make Kenneth look better if that could happen. That in and of itself is tacky. When you become a celebrity, you put yourself on display. And we have a right to have conversations about what we see and observe. That's our God-given right to speak on it. Her barbs can be upset, but most of them are children. They're not really like...
Say it again.
Most of them are children. They're not really like full-blown adults. I mean, there may be a handful of 30ish, 40ish people that follow her, but those are kids. And they really don't understand life yet. Because what person in their right mind would defend what she's doing? I don't care how talented you are. Who would defend that? This lady was in private for years and years and years, never spoke on this, wanted her privacy, was building her life. They brought her into this. And she went on live. She brought this out. She was explaining how distraught she was that these people were taunting her and trying to get her to recant her story. She brought this to our attention. She exposed Nicki and what she was trying to do. Nicki didn't expect this to blow up like it is. She thought she could wave the money sign and people would do what she asked and they would just be quiet and this would all be swept under the rug. But the victim decided to risk it all and bring it to the public. And so now we're talking about it.
Stout, thank you so much, my love, for calling in and sharing your perspective.
Absolutely.
I agree.
All right. Love you guys.
Love
All
you
right,
too.
much respect. See you later, man.
Bye. I'm truly a blessing 21, my love. If you want to get on here, you have to turn your camera on. Vanessa, hi. Vanessa?
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay. Hi, Players. Hi, Schoolboy. Hi, Bishop. I watch our show all the time, and I feel like it's sad that we're taking these people and just making them stars. Okay, let's take the star out of it. Let's bring them to human form. If this was your child and your child was raped or assaulted by one of these people, would you be defending them? Would you feel that way? That girl is somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, somebody's something. And he took, and it's not nobody else's fault but his. He decided to do that. So why are we putting people on a pedestal when they did something wrong?
Yeah.
It's so hard to see Black people these days. We talk about the Black community. We tearing down our Black men and our Black women. No, they're doing it to themselves. You go out here and you do this wrong, you're tearing yourself down. And you making us look bad in the process, because these white people, they look at us all the same. When they see one person do it, they say, oh, well, they're Black, they must do the same thing. I'm so tired of it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, all of them will be turning in their grave to see what's going on in this world right now. They fought for our freedom. They fought for us to have some rights. And then I sit here and I see every day these white people try to tear us apart, and then we sit here and tear each other apart. What is wrong? When did it become okay to tear our own people down? When is it okay just because somebody is brown, Black, light skin, brown skin, are we gonna defend them? You see what I'm saying? Think about that teacher that sat there and told her whole class that Breonna Taylor, this was her fault because she was dating somebody that had warrants. This is what they think of us, because we do stupid stuff like this. We defend the pedophiles. Wake up.
Yeah, definitely. Miss Vanessa, thank you so much for calling in and saying a word. We needed this old school
I appreciate y'all giving me
spiritual up in here tonight, my love. Thank you. Thank you, Auntie Vanessa. Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Much respect.
We're gonna wrap things up. I want Ples to go get some tea and some sleep. Oh, my baby.
No, I don't really need sleep, but the tea, yes. I gotta coax this this voice back.
Turmeric tea. But rest helps too, you know, whatever it is that you're might be coming down with, but we're gonna
Yeah, I don't think it's that. I think it's just like I said, the weather going back and forth. Like now, my voice is better than it was at the beginning. I think it was just that weather changed these last couple of days, and all these Zoom calls, honey. I've been booked and busy at work during the daytime. So
I know you work hard.
All right, get that shmoney.
Trying to help these people get some rent paid for COVID.
I love it. Ples, where can they find you?
They can find me over on Instagram in my spare time. At scared period beautiful, and here on YouTube at scared of beautiful, just spaces, no periods. Come join me.
All right, let me just answer this real quick. Diamond, Pearl, Gem, Senorita Monica, do you think Mr. Petty is in trouble for something beside the registration issue? Yes, I do. Yes, I do think he's in trouble for other things as well. Bishop, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me here on YouTube, binding these stands and they father, Satan, and tearing his kingdom down on YouTube at The Bishop with 2 E's. And also you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Bishop Red Pill.
Okay. Schoolboy, where can I find you?
I guess y'all gonna find me tonight on Twitter, beefed out with the barbs. You can find me at school_boy. And you can find me on YouTube where I had y'all upset on the video I dropped today. And I'm going to keep making y'all upset with the second one and the third one I'm dropping. Y'all can follow me there too and get in my comments. Oh, and you can go to Instagram and get mad at me too at school_boy_2021. But I'm never going to stop saying the truth. Y'all have a good one.
I know that's right. Okay. She is burning the midnight oil.
And the block is hot tonight because you can get it.
Okay. She is burning the midnight oil over there, y'all. And the block is hot. You heard it here first. All right, y'all. You can find me here on YouTube where I reside. Just subscribe to the channel because I don't want y'all missing out on any of the piping hot tea that we serve on this channel. Teacups, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Another heavy topic. We love you all. Mods, thank you as usual for holding down the chat and doing the damn thing. I love y'all. Everyone that sent in a super chat or a cash app, thank you so much for helping us keep the lights on. It's very much appreciated. I love you all. I want y'all to stay safe and be blessed. Have a good night. Bye.